Hello again and welcome to my channel. Today's tutorial is for the arrow crochet stitch. I'm using a double knit yarn and a 5mm hook. We're going to start with a chain, and the chain needs to be in multiples of 4 plus 3. So I'll just show a close-up of the stitch so that you can see what it actually looks like. It isn't a reversible stitch. The back of the work will be quite plain in comparison. So to start, I'm going to work the chains in multiples of 4 plus 3. So we start as always with a slip knot onto the hook, and then I'm only going to make a small swatch just to show how the pattern repeat works. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So there we've gone in the multiples of 4, and then I'm going to add on the final 3 chain, 1, 2 and 3. We're now going to work a treble into the 7th chain from the hook. So that's going to give us a starting double, which will be the first 3 chains, and then we're going to skip to the 7th, so we're skipping 3 chains. So to do a treble, these are US terms, just to clarify at the beginning of the video. So to do a treble, we're going to yarn over twice, and then we're going to count to the 7th chain from the hook. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So into that 7th chain we're going to work a treble crochet. So yarn over through 2 loops, yarn over through 2 loops, and a third time yarn over and through 2 loops. So we've now got quite a big gap here, but don't worry about that too much because that is the first stitch plus the treble. We're now going to work behind this treble into the 3 chains here that we've missed, because as we said, the other 3 chains are actually counting as the first stitch. So we're going behind the treble and working doubles. So yarn over and then go behind. Make sure that you've counted back 3 chains, and then we're going to go into that chain, pick up a loop, yarn over through 2 and yarn over through 2, so that you can see there that the treble is actually laying in front of the work. We're now going to do a double into each of the other 2 missed chains. So behind the treble into the chain, pick up a loop, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, and then we do a 3rd double into the last skipped chain there and work a double. So we've now got the starting stitch here, which was the first 3 chains. We've worked a treble into the 7th chain from the hook, and we've worked 1 double into each of the 3 chains before the chain we used the treble. So now we're going to work a treble again, and we're going to skip 3 stitches. So we've got this chain is where the treble was, so we're going to skip 3, and into the 4th chain we're going to work a treble. And then again we've got 3 skipped stitches. We're going to work behind the treble and work a double into each of those 3 chains. So there's 1, there's 2, and the final double. There's the 3rd double. It's only this first row that's quite fiddly because we're working into a chain rather than a stitch. It will get easier as we go along. So we've completed 2 pattern repeats. We're now again back to the treble, the treble, and again that's the stitch that we had the treble in before, so we're going to skip 1, 2, 3 and into the 4th chain we're going to work a treble, followed by 3 doubles behind this treble into the 3 skipped chains. So there we've got 1, and 2, and the 3rd one in the last skipped chain. We've now got the 3 pattern repeats. So we're back to the treble, and again we're going to skip 1, 2, 3 and work into the 4th chain. So work the treble into that 4th chain, and then working in the 3 skipped chains behind the treble, going to work a double in each of those skipped chains. There's 1 and 2 and 1 into the last skipped chain. We've now got 4 repeats. So we're back now to the final length of chain. We're going to treble into the 1, 2, 3, 4th chain. Again we've got 3 skipped chains, and we're going to work a double into each of those skipped chains. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. We're now going to work a double crochet into the final stitch here where we did the treble, and that's going to complete the first row. You can see there that we've got the first part of the arrow. So row 2, we're going to turn over our work, and each row is going to start exactly the same with 3 chain, and that's going to count as a double. We're then going to work a treble into this space here. So we've got the 3 stitches that were the 3 doubles from the previous row. We're now going to work a treble into this space. So yarn over twice, into the space, pick up a loop, yarn over through 2 once, yarn over through 2 twice, yarn over through 2 3 times. We're now going to work a double into each of these stitches, but where we worked behind the treble on the last row, we're now going to work in front of the treble. So we just push the treble to the back and work a double into the first double, and we do the same again into the next double, and again a double into the double. So if we turn over, you can see that we've now got both sides of the arrow So on the first row we're working behind the treble, on this second row we're working in front of the treble. So once you've done the 3 doubles, we're again back to the treble into this next space. So we work the treble and then work in front of the treble, so just push the treble out of the way there and work the 3 doubles, 1 into each of the doubles from the previous row. So we're on to the next treble, skipping the 3 stitches there into this space. Make sure that you work over all 3 loops of this stitch here. It just keeps it nice and neat. So round 2 once, yarn over through 2 twice, yarn over through 2 3 times, push the treble to the back and work a double in each of the 3 skipped stitches. 2 and 3. Back onto the next treble. Push the treble to the back and work a double into each of the skipped stitches. And 3. And then onto the final double when you come to the end of however many pattern repeats you decided to do in the multiples of 4. So we're going to work into this loop here that's at the very end. So we're going to work a treble into that loop, and then again we're going to work in front of the treble and work the 3 doubles. There's 1, and 2, and 3. And now where we've worked the 3 chains that started excuse me, started the first row, we're going to work a double into the top chain of those 3 to finish off the row. So now you can see that we've got the 2 sides of each arrow. Now the next 2 rows you can choose whether to do a single crochet, or you could do a half double crochet or a double. For this particular design I prefer the 2 rows of single crochet because I think it gives a nicer finish and helps to define the arrows. So to start I always do a chain 1, but I'm also going to do a single crochet into that same stitch. It just gives a neater finish to the edge of the row. And we're now just going to work 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way across the row. And not forgetting to work into this space. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then work into the space where the treble was from the previous row to keep it nice and neat. Because we were in multiples of 4, we're working again in 4s. We've got the 3 doubles that we're doing a single crochet into, and then into the space. We'll just carry on all the way across, working singles, or if you've chosen to do half doubles or doubles, you can do those into these stitches. Then we've got a single into the space, and not forgetting that we need to do a single into the last chain of the 3 chain starting stitch there. We're now going to flip over and work exactly the same again on the next row. So a chain first, single into that same stitch, and then work a single crochet into each stitch all the way along. This pattern as well will work with any thickness of yarn. If you want it to work in a thinner yarn, just adjust the hook to the ball band of the yarn. If you want it to go up to a thicker yarn, you can go up a hook size. And so we've now worked a single crochet all the way back, and we're ready now to start again with the first row of the arrow. So it's a little bit different to the first row we did, where we did the 7 chains. We don't need to do that this time. We're just going to work 3 chain that counts as the first stitch. We're going to skip 3 stitches, and we're going to work the treble into the 4th stitch. And on this first half of the arrow, we're going to work behind the treble. So we're going to do a double in each of these 3 stitches here, behind the treble. So we've got 1, remember we're going behind the treble, 2, and the last one is 3. So we're now going to skip 3 stitches, and into the 4th stitch we're going to work a treble. Push the treble forward. I'm going to work into these 3 doubles. I'm going to work 1 double in each of the doubles. Into each of the single crochets. So the pattern repeat is that you're going to do a treble. You're going to skip 3 stitches, work a treble, and then work a double into each of the 3 skipped stitches. So we're going to skip 3 into the 4th stitch, we work the treble, and then working behind the treble, we're going to do a double into each of the skipped stitches. Got 1, 2, and 3. We skip 3 stitches and work a treble, and then going behind the treble we're going to work 3 doubles, 1, 2, and 3. Skip 3 stitches and work the last treble, go behind the treble and work the 3 doubles, 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to work 1 double into the last stitch. So we've now got the second repeat of the arrow The next row is exactly the same as the second row that we did here. So we flip over, we're going to start again with the 3 chain, and that counts as the first double. We're going to skip the 3 doubles here and work a treble into the space. This time we're working in front of the treble, so we just push that back, and we're going to work a double into each of these doubles. There's 1, 2 and 3, and then a treble into the next space, and you can see easily now that we've got the 3 stitches that we're going to work the doubles into. So the treble goes to the back, and we work 3 doubles over the 3 doubles that we skipped. Again back to a treble into the space, and then work the 3 doubles in front of the treble. 1, 2 and 3. Skip 3 stitches, work a treble into the chain space, and then we're back to the 3 doubles over the 3 skipped stitches. Got 1, 2 and 3. And then we're going to do the final double into this loop here at the end. Having skipped the 3 doubles again, I'm going to go in front of the treble and work a double into each of the skipped stitches. And then don't forget, at the very end we need to do the last double into the top of this 3 chain starting stitch. So we've now got 2 full pattern repeats of the arrow stitch, and the next 2 rows will be exactly the same as these 2 rows, where we're going to work a single crochet into each stitch along, not forgetting that we're going to work 1 in each of the 3 doubles, and we're also going to do a single into this chain into this space here. So chain 1 to start, and in the same stitch we do a single, and then we're going to work a single into each stitch all the way along the row. It's quite easy to make sure that you've got enough stitches going along, because you're working a single over the 3 doubles, 1 single over the space, a single over each double, and then at the very end we do a single into the space and a single into the top of the 3 chain starting stitch. So the next row again will be 1 single in each stitch all the way back, and then we're ready to start again with the 3 chain, skip 3 stitches, work a treble, and then we work the 3 doubles behind the treble on the first row, and then it's in front of the treble on the row coming back, so that the V's stand proud on this right side of your work. I do hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you again soon, and thanks for watching. Bye.